Bleeding Edge is a 4v4 team brawler game that takes a lot of pages out of Overwatch's book, so many in fact that there isn't really any book left. Ninja Fury's new exclusive on Xbox and Windows shares a lot of its character and mechanics with Blizzard's giant hit, but does hold just enough of its own unique flair that makes it stand out and worth talking about. Bleeding Edge is hyper-stylized and has a somewhat interesting roster of characters, maps, and a mere 2 game modes. The game offers 12 characters to pick and play, all falling under either the damage, tank, or support class. From an esport obsessed healer named Zero Cool with, one of those flying chairs from WALL-E, to a crazy machete wielding cowboy named El Bastardo. This game's characters certainly do have character, and might be one of the only things that, set this apart from other class-based brawlers. There are 5 not really interesting maps to play on. They don't have the level of detail that other games do, sadly, or offer the exciting layout of higher and lower terrain to fight on. The maps have a lack of variety play. Every game is the same, everyone fights for this one objective, then goes to the next one. And for a game that advertises that teaming up is the best way to play, it certainly doesn't give us that opportunity to, because the maps just give you no advantage of doing so. Sure, teaming up with a healer works, but I see no other tactics that would. Whereas in other games like Overwatch, which offer a section of maps to get ahead of the enemy, team up and spur an attack, perhaps bottlenecking a bridge or raining fire from above, it's super fun and every engagement is fresh every time. Overwatch offers this, but Bleeding Edge sadly does not. The game modes on the other hand are a whole other bag of cats. There are only 2 of them and they're really quite basic. There's your average capture the objective, your conquest, or your domination if you like. This is fine. Almost every game has to have one of these because it's simple and easy to learn. However, games pair this with more interesting ones. Battlefield has always had a capture the objective mode, but they vary that with other modes like Blood Money, Rush, and Gun War. This again is lacking in Bleeding Edge. The only other game mode given is the collect and deliver mode, where you destroy boxes, collect fuel cells, and deliver them to a point on the map. This to me feels like watching paint dry, and not because it's bad game design, but because it's lacking in variety. Every game is the same. You do load in, select the same team loadout as the last game, then smash some buttons and do that again and again. This is what makes Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege so much more popular. Bleeding Edge has a lot of what these games have going for it, but it falls down at the first hurdle of variety and, more importantly, the amount of content it offers. Rainbow Six at time of recording has 50 operators to play with. Of course, it's been out for a few years and has had multiple DLC updates, but if you're gonna want us to play, you've gotta deliver more. I love my time with Bleeding Edge. It's fun, it's funny, and I dig the vibe, but it's hard to see the potential it has slowly fade away. So, how do we fix this? Well, it's pretty easy. Well, I say it's easy. There's game coders out there that's probably just screaming at me because I'm just understatement of game development. First off, something that I didn't cover in my brief review is that the camera is shocking. It sometimes works, but most of the time I'm looking at a wall, or if I get jumped by the entire enemy team, I'm just looking at a beautiful mess of smoke and weird effects. You seriously cannot see anything. Not only this, but when shooting, it's hard to understand where you're going to be aiming, because you point in one direction and your character's stuck in the other. Fixing this would make this game so much more appealing and just more fun to play. Now onto some more heavy hitting ideas. This game is lacking in content, we know this, and I do give props to the dev team for saying more updates will come out, but that doesn't stop us talking about it and dreaming what we could have. We need new maps, we need new characters, new game modes, and seasonal content like Halloween or Christmas events. We will touch on buyable cosmetics later on in the video because that is another huge topic to cover. Seasonal events and content drops are gonna be the lifeline, especially for games like these. Yes, the game is fun. I could quite happily play this for weeks on end, consistently training up my skill and getting better, because if you've been watching any of the gameplay on screen, I am absolutely terrible and I need help. I'm a console player porting to PC, but this game is still fun, and to be fair, that is very impressive on its own. However, after a while it's gonna get old, so periodically adding content, new maps, characters and cosmetics will keep it fresh, and additional seasonal content adds to the excitement of trying to grind and even pay for seasonal exclusives. And that brings us on to something that I love about games like these. Games that offer character customization always have a place in my heart. Getting the opportunity to express your colours and themes that you always have loved is great, and one of the reasons Overwatch was such a great game. I say was a good game because I no longer play it. Everything changed too much. My stubborn old manness just couldn't handle it. Bleeding Edge does offer skins and emotes, and they're actually pretty good. They're fun and change just enough that it's worth buying them. But at time of recording, there's only 3 per character. That's insane. With a game with this much potential, a style which is straight out of the 80s and equally out of the 2050s, there's so much you could do, but currently they're not really doing anything. More skins and emotes would be great. Not only is this more content to work and play for, but it also opens the opportunity for a shop or loot box system. It's a win-win situation. Hell, I would buy the hell out of an Optimus Prime skin for zero cool. Bleeding Edge has serious potential to be the next mainstream class-based brawler, but some things are gonna have to change, and some things are gonna have to be added if it's going to survive. What would you add to make Bleeding Edge your dream game? Comment it down below. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Harry Gray, and can you do me a favour? Can you have a great day? Thank you.